Hey, 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 it's your girl Stacy and it's time for the weekend vlog. So today in typical summer fashion, I'm going to keep doing themes of summer. I have 20 best ways to save on travel. So again, I'm going to read these, and this is from Hilton. I get emails from everywhere, y'all. So this is from Hilton, and I'm going to put my spin on what, they say. I'm going to read what they say. I'll get it out. And then I'm going to give my spin on it, okay? So, first, where to go. Choose lower cost destinations. Be adventurous. Internationally, Western Europe is expensive, but Eastern Europe, Latin America, and Asia have each lower cost of living and better exchange rates. Domestically, New York, Miami, Los Angeles are wonderful but costly. One of the best ways to save is to try smaller, more affordable cities like Tampa, Atlanta, Nashville, Memphis, San Antonio, Savannah, Kansas City, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Salt Lake City. So, I agree with that. Choose places that are cheaper, that you can maybe drive to or take the megabus or somewhere like that. Like, I've taken trips to Philly. I've gone to, Virginia and different places like that I could drive to. I've been to Atlanta, of course. But, of course, my favorite city, they mentioned this city is very costly, is New York. But for me, I try to cut costs with that. I'll take the megabus or the boat bus to New York, and I'll stay across the bridge in Secaucus, which is cheaper than staying in the city. Now, for like my 40th birthday, I splurged and I stayed in the city and paid a grip, but it was worth it because it was, my 40th birthday. So anyway, choose lower cost destinations or, somewhere you can drive or take a bus or train that'll, cut down on the airline costs. When to go. Travel in the off-peak. Costs drop in the shoulder and the cost drop in the shoulder and low seasons. While school often dictates when you can take vacations, be creative. Consider Europe on spring break. I did that when I was 13. Woo, woo, woo. Rather than the summer, or the Caribbean in the summer rather than the winter. So I just came back from St. Thomas. I wouldn't say it was cheap, but it was cheaper than when I went during Christmas. Okay? Stay in business hotels on the weekend. Visit business cities on the weekend when business hotels drop rates to fill rooms. Done that as well. Like cities like New York, Philly, where else? Atlanta. So you can get cheaper rates then as well. Ways to save on transportation. This is number 4. Compare the cost of driving versus flying. I just talked about that. So a lot of times that is better. It says, with my family, driving to a destination 6 hours away is nearly as fast as flying with the early check-in, flight times, and recurring delays, and it's always cheaper. You also have a car at your destination. That's true. The only thing downside, I guess it depends on where you're traveling to. Like when I go to New York, I love having my car, but 1, you don't need a car in New York. 2, when you park your car at the hotel, you can pay $50 a night for parking itself. So you really got to consider that. Whereas if I stay in Secaucus, New Jersey, across the bridge, it's free parking in the parking lot. Okay? Or validated parking. Use E-ZPass. If you drive in an E-ZPass state, you save substantially on tolls and you speed your travel with E-ZPass. This is true. I love my E-ZPass. I got my E-ZPass in 2010 because I was making a lot of trips to New York during that time to visit someone, and it was a great buy. I still use it because if I go down to Richmond, I'm on an E-ZPass. And there's different parts of Maryland. When I go visit my friends in Baltimore, I use my E-ZPass. So it was a great investment. It's kind of a pain because even if you're not using it, if you get close to your threshold or whatever, it charges your card again. But I know whenever I put it on my dashboard, I got money on it and I can go. So it is good. Book flights early. Book at least 21 days before your domestic departure and 34 before an international departure for the best rates. Booking 6 months in advance is usually more costly, and last-minute rates peak the day before departure. You can monitor prices with an airfare alert on airfarewatchdog.com. and you can rely on the price predictor function on Bing.com. Travel to tell you whether to buy now. So there's a website, I guess, for travel. Bing.com. I guess it has a travel section to tell you when to buy. I don't buy a whole lot of airline tickets, but when I do, I go directly to the site. Or I have friends that have travel perks, so I will talk to them. And I also have 2 friends that do book travels. They're travel agents, so I can go through them as well. Okay? Shout out to Donna and to Tiffany. There's your little plug. Consider regional airports. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Number 7, fly on lower cost days. Kayak study shows that flights on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays are constantly cheaper, so consider the days that you fly. A Texas A&M University study just showed that the conventional wisdom about booking on Tuesday and Wednesday is not true. Booking on weekends offers slightly better fares, 5% for trips of a week. Okay, so again, I don't fly a lot, and like I said, if I do, I use my friends, or I'm flying for work, so I don't have to worry about it, okay? But those are good things to know. Consider regional airports. Be sure to consider all local airports when choosing where to start and end your flight, as some regional airports may offer less costly flights than does the busiest airport. Okay, so that's an option. I don't have any regional airports by me. I'm in a major city, so I have Dulles, BWI, and National. So no regional options for me, but for those of you who do live places that have smaller airports by you, take advantage of that. Calculate all fees and bag charges. The best value flight may not be the cheapest quoted rate if extra fees apply. Domestic bag charges for a family of 4 with 1 checked bag can add to $200 round trip. Consider whether an elite airline membership or a credit card waives your bag charges on an airline versus another. Remember that Southwest Airlines offers 2 free bags and JetBlue offers 1 free check bag. But Spirit even charges for a carry-on. That's why I don't fly Spirit. Do the math and choose the best value for your buy. All right. Now, hotels. Compare hotel offers with your corporate or AAA rates. Book your hotel at the best rate applicable. Hilton.com, you know they're going to plug it since the emails from them, will show you a variety of rates, including corporate and auto club rates and the latest special offers. The hotel web also offers a best rate guarantee. Consider whether you are eligible for a free breakfast with Hilton Honors Gold status or whether a breakfast included rate is attractive. So, I agree with them with this. I always use my AAA card. And I'm picky about where I lay my head. So there's certain hotels I don't even deal with. And call me bougie, whatever you want. But I don't want no bed bugs. And I know you can get bed bugs anywhere. But I'm going to take my chances with a nicer hotel instead of Super 8 and leaving the light on for me. So I only try to stay at Hilton brand hotels or Marriott brand hotels. That's just me. And I have membership cards for both of them. So I get points. I've gotten several free nights from using my points. So that's what I do. And on top of my AAA, you can't beat it. Avoid hotel phone charges. Avoid telephone charges by using your cell phone instead of the hotel phone if you are in the U.S. That's a given. I don't know the last time. Well, yes, I do. I've called room to room, but I've never called anyone outside on a hotel phone. Ways to save at your destination. Shut off cell phone data roaming outside the U.S. or buy a data plan. So I refer to my trip that I just took to the Virgin Islands, and it is the U.S. Virgin Islands, but still I had to change my data plan. I called because as soon as I landed, I started getting all these things about, 69 cents a minute, blah, 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 blah. So I called Verizon, and I had to do the same thing when I went to the Grand Cayman a few years ago. And I got a data plan for the length of my stay while I was there. I think it was $80. And so I wouldn't have those roaming fees. So make sure you check that out before you go. And make sure you call to get it cut off when you get back. Or you're going to pay a pretty penny. Alright. Let me read a little bit more about that. It says, Domestic smartphones plans normally cover the U.S., but costs can rise outside the U.S., including in Canada and Mexico or on a cruise. Shut off data roaming when you leave the country and use Wi-Fi only. I did that in St. Thomas as well. Alternately, buy a data plan that covers roaming at your destination, which I just talked about. All right, number 13. Visit a grocery store. Pick up healthy snacks and water, juice or soda to eat or drink in your room. You keep dad and the kids happy. You avoid the minibar charges, and you can even make sandwiches for lunches and snacks. I agree with that. Depending on where you go. When we went to Panama City, did we buy anything? No, we bought snacks with us. So that was helpful. We also did it in St. Thomas because we had a room that had a kitchen and stuff. So we bought breakfast stuff and did that. All right, number 14. Eat breakfast. The most important meal of the day is the cheapest to buy, but it gives you energy for exploring and will ward off hunger pangs and snack costs through the morning. If you can find a hotel package that includes breakfast, so much the better. When you compare hotel rates, consider how much you would be saving by not having to buy breakfast. I agree with that. I love to go to Courtyard Marriott's or my Hampton Inns, and they have the continental breakfast. That is the best. So, in Spring Hill Suites, I love them too. They do that. So, book a hotel where you can go get your yogurt, or some of them even now have like waffles and sausage and bacon. So, do that, and that can save on breakfast. Number 15, splurge at lunch. If you are a foodie, splurge at lunch when entrees are often 30% cheaper than at night. In New York, sample celebrity chef John George's. I'm going to show y'all the word. It's a V word. Hold on, let me see. Because I can't pronounce it. That long V word right there. Well, his restaurants fare at Nougatine, where a 3-course pre-fee lunch of $32. I don't speak French, but anyway, basically they're saying his lunch at his famous chef restaurant is $32, and it's the best deal in town. So when you go to New York, make sure you check out that place. I know that I will, because I like to eat the cheap food. This chair is squeaking. I'm sorry, y'all. I eat the cheap food when I go to New York. I eat off the trucks. I go to the, local fare. Like, I love Spanish food, so I go to the Spanish restaurant. I like the local cuisine, so I don't necessarily go to the high-end restaurants. However, if I'm in Manhattan, I will go to Bubblegum Shrimp. I love that restaurant. And I will go to Harlem, and I'll eat like at Sylvia's and, oh gosh, what's the name of the other place? Annie Rue's? Can't remember. Anyway, so I like to do that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's a side note. All right, number 16, ask the concierge. After booking your hotel, but before leaving home, call or email the hotel concierge to ask about things to do with your family and about local discounts available through the concierge. At Hilton Mystic, they offer discounted Mystic Aquarium tickets. In other cities, you may be directed to restaurants with half-price children's meals. In all cases, the concierge advice can ensure fun. For more on this topic, see my other article, Make the Hotel Concierge Your BFF, and that's on Hilton's website. So definitely, use your concierge for, where to go eat, how to catch a cab, shuttles, etc. They're there to help you. Bring your AAA card. The AAA card provides emergency highway service, but it also offers much more. Membership includes preferred hotel rates. Show the card and you save on many attractions, including tickets to New York Yankees and Mets games, entrance to Six Flags and Universal theme parks, and discounts on shopping, museums, and attractions across the country and internationally. Ask the attraction or check online. And I live by my AAA. I love it. Don't pay full price for show tickets. Find the best Broadway shows, spectacles, and concerts in advance at discounts up to 45% by using BroadwayBox.com or TheaterMania.com. Check from your home for secret discount codes. While the selection is best for New York, and sites also cover a dozen other major cities, including Las Vegas, London, Orlando, Los Angeles, Chicago, etc. On the day of the show, look for the local last-minute ticket sellers like the Times Square ticket booth in New York or the Tix for Tonight booths in Las Vegas. Both offer half-price tickets on the day of the show. I totally agree with that. I have a friend that always uses the ticket office in Times Square. The times that I have been to Broadway shows, one, me and my girlfriend Cheryl were in New York for a conference for work, a human resources conference, and we met this really nice guy, older gentleman, who I think had to leave early or something. He had already bought tickets, so he gave us tickets to Evita, great tickets, and that's when Toni Braxton was on Broadway, so that was awesome. And the second time, I went with my parents, you know, when I was little, so I don't remember how they got tickets, but with me, I went to see The Lion King for my 40th birthday. I've always wanted to see Lion King on Broadway, and I got my tickets like maybe 3 weeks before I went, so I got good seats, but I paid a little bit for them. Again, I splurged for my 40th birthday. I was scared to take the chance and try to get them the day of the show. Sign up, number 19, sign up for your destination's daily deal sites. About 2 weeks before you arrive in your destination, sign up for the Groupon and Living Social websites for your destination. This gives you time to evaluate the deals available. That's a good idea. I had never thought about that. So I'm going to include that going forward. 20, search for the destination's official visitors and convention bureau website. The website of your destination's tourism office or visitors and convention bureau will describe many things to do in the city and will frequently offer online discounts to events and attractions. Their suggestions are sure ways to save in the city. So I agree with that. I do sometimes go to cities I'm visiting and look at that, and I look at, like, some of them call it the Chamber of Commerce, and I'll look at that website as well to see what the city is known for, what kind of stuff they do. So again, I wanted to keep the theme going of summer travel and destinations and ways to save on that travel. I think I'm going to do a similar one next week as well. But I hope this was helpful. I know it was a little long, but if you want, you know, more information on any of the things that I mentioned and I went too fast or whatever, just, you know, inbox me on Facebook or put a comment on YouTube or Instagram, whatever, and I'll get that information to you. So have a wonderful Saturday. It's kind of overcast here, but hot. So I'm about to close the blinds so it'll stay cool in the house. But have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend. If you're going on vacation, if you're on vacation, have fun and be safe. Until next week, holla.